Love is rarely expressed through words alone. Sometimes, the most powerful emotions are shown silently, through subtle gestures, quiet attention, and small but meaningful actions that speak louder than any verbal confession. When a man is truly interested, he doesn't always rush to say, "I like you" or "I'm attracted to you." Instead, he communicates in ways that are often easy to miss, relying on observation, patience, and thoughtful actions to convey his feelings. These silent signals require careful attention to notice, yet they reveal a depth of interest and affection that words alone might not capture. Many women overlook these quiet expressions because they are subtle, often disguised as ordinary behavior or casual friendliness. A man who is interested will watch how you react, remember little details about your life, and consistently find ways to make your experience more enjoyable or comfortable. He might share personal stories, mirror your gestures, or simply be present in ways that make you feel seen and understood. These behaviors are intentional, demonstrating emotional intelligence, thoughtfulness, and a desire to build a meaningful connection before openly confessing his feelings. This type of silent interest is different from superficial attention or casual friendship. It involves consistent, deliberate actions that prioritize your comfort and emotional well-being. From remembering your favorite things to noticing subtle changes in your mood, every small gesture is a way of saying, without words, "I care about you, and I'm invested in you." These signs are often overlooked, but recognizing them can give you insight into his intentions long before he verbalizes them. Understanding these silent cues can also help you navigate relationships more effectively. You can see the difference between a man who is genuinely interested and someone who is simply polite or friendly. Observing his patience, attentiveness, and small gestures allows you to appreciate the depth of his investment in the connection, giving you a clearer picture of his feelings before any verbal declaration occurs. In the following guide, we will explore 15 silent ways he shows interest before making his feelings clear through words. Each sign uncovers a layer of care, thoughtfulness, and emotional connection that often goes unnoticed. From paying attention to your every word to demonstrating care through small gestures, these subtle behaviors reveal the quiet ways a man communicates his attraction and affection. By the end, you will be able to recognize the signs of genuine interest, understand the intentions behind his actions, and appreciate the patience and thoughtfulness that often precede heartfelt verbal confessions. 1. He pays attention to your every word. When a man shows interest without yet expressing his feelings verbally, one of the clearest signs is how attentively he listens to you. Every word you say matters to him, not because he's judging or overanalyzing, but because he genuinely wants to understand you on a deeper level. He doesn't just hear the words, he absorbs the emotions, the tone, and the subtle cues behind them. Whether you're sharing something trivial about your day or a significant life experience, he's present and focused, often remembering little things that even you might forget you mentioned. This attentiveness demonstrates that he values not only your voice but also your perspective, feelings, and thoughts. It's a way for him to connect with you on an emotional level before any verbal confession, allowing him to build a foundation of understanding and empathy. Paying attention to your words also helps him gauge your moods, your likes and dislikes, and the type of interactions that make you comfortable. Over time, this pattern of careful listening signals genuine interest and intention, as he invests mental and emotional energy in truly knowing you. Subtle actions often accompany this behavior. He might nod in agreement, ask follow-up questions, or show curiosity about topics you casually mention. While these gestures may seem small, they communicate care, attentiveness, and unspoken admiration. By listening intently, he not only forms a stronger connection with you but also ensures that when he eventually expresses his feelings, it will feel personal, thoughtful, and heartfelt. His attention is a silent but powerful sign of affection, signaling that he is invested in understanding who you are at the deepest level, even before words of love are spoken. 2. He remembers small details about you. A man who shows interest without verbal confession often demonstrates it by remembering small, seemingly insignificant details about your life. These are the little things that reveal his genuinely paying attention. Your favorite coffee, a song you mentioned liking months ago, a story from your childhood, or an upcoming event that matters to you. Remembering these details isn't accidental. It shows deliberate care and emotional investment. It demonstrates that your thoughts, preferences, and experiences are meaningful to him. This subtle attentiveness allows him to create moments where he can surprise or support you, even in ways that feel natural and unforced. For instance, he might reference a conversation from weeks ago or bring up a topic that is important to you, showing that he was listening and that he values what you say. These small acts reinforce his presence in your life and make you feel seen, understood, and appreciated. Remembering details also builds trust, as you realize he notices and values your individuality. Even before he expresses romantic interest in words, this consistent attention to detail signals that he cares and is quietly investing in the relationship. It's a form of emotional connection that speaks louder than grand gestures or verbal declarations because it demonstrates ongoing thoughtfulness and subtle devotion. 3. He makes time for you consistently. Another silent yet powerful indicator of interest is how consistently a man makes time for you. Regardless of how busy his schedule may be, he prioritizes moments with you, whether it's for casual conversations, shared activities, or simply being present. Making time consistently signals that you are important to him and that he values your connection enough to allocate attention and energy toward it. It's not about grand gestures or dramatic displays. It's the reliability of his presence that matters. This behavior shows intentionality. He doesn't leave things to chance but actively chooses to integrate you into his life regularly. Over time, this pattern builds trust and a sense of emotional security, as you recognize that he is invested not just in fleeting interactions but in sustained, meaningful engagement. Making time also allows him to observe, support, and connect with you in ways that words alone cannot capture. Whether it's small check-ins, shared moments, or simply being available when you need support, these consistent efforts communicate care, interest, and subtle affection. Before verbal expression, the act of consistently prioritizing time with you is one of the clearest signs that he is emotionally invested, patiently laying the groundwork for deeper connection and eventual confession. 4. He notices changes in your mood. A man who shows interest without explicitly expressing his feelings often pays close attention to your emotional state. He notices the smallest shifts in your mood, whether you're more quiet than usual, unusually cheerful, or slightly frustrated. This isn't mere observation for curiosity. It's a sign that he cares about your well-being and emotional comfort. By noticing these changes, he can respond appropriately, whether it's giving you space, offering support, or simply asking gentle questions to understand what's happening. This attentiveness shows empathy and emotional intelligence. It also allows him to gauge the best moments to interact, laugh, or share something meaningful. When he recognizes a drop in your mood, he may subtly adjust his behavior, making you feel safe, appreciated, and understood, without saying outright that he's trying to cheer you up or impress you. This quiet awareness is a strong signal of genuine interest because it shows that he values not only your presence but also your emotional state. Over time, this consistent attentiveness creates an invisible bond. You might find yourself feeling comforted just by his presence, even before he ever expresses romantic intentions in words. By being attuned to your moods, he is silently building trust and showing that your happiness matters to him, which is a hallmark of deep, quiet affection. 5. He compliments you subtly. Before making his feelings verbally clear, a man often expresses attraction through subtle compliments. These aren't over-the-top or obvious lines, but thoughtful acknowledgments of your personality, style, or behavior. For instance, he might notice how hardworking you are, the way you laugh, your creativity, or even small things like the way you arrange your desk or your choice of accessories. Subtle compliments are powerful because they show that he is paying attention and appreciates aspects of you that others might overlook. They also communicate genuine interest without pressuring you or making the interaction feel forced. By giving understated praise, he demonstrates that he values the real you, not just surface-level appearances. Over time, these small compliments accumulate, creating a sense of warmth and validation that signals his care. Subtle compliments often fly under the radar, making them easily missed, but they are deliberate, thoughtful, and deeply revealing of his affection. They show that he wants you to feel recognized and appreciated, and they lay the groundwork for a deeper emotional connection that will eventually support verbal expression of his feelings. 6. He mirrors your body language. Mirroring is a natural, unconscious way people connect, and when a man shows interest silently, he often mimics your gestures, posture, or expressions. He might cross his arms when you do, match your pace while walking, or mirror your tones subtly in conversation. This behavior is a subconscious method of building rapport and showing empathy. It signals that he feels aligned with you and wants to create a sense of closeness. Mirroring also allows him to connect without words, silently expressing interest and attentiveness. When done consistently, it creates an invisible bond, making interactions feel smoother and more harmonious. This subtle mimicry is rarely intentional in the sense of manipulation. It is a genuine reflection of his attraction and desire to feel connected. By aligning himself with your body language, he communicates that he is present, engaged, and emotionally attuned, all without verbal acknowledgement. Observing this behavior can be a strong indicator that he is quietly invested in preparing for the right moment to make his feelings clear. 7. He finds reasons to be near you. A man who shows interest silently often looks for opportunities to be physically or emotionally close to you, even in subtle ways. He doesn't force proximity but finds natural reasons to spend time in your presence. Whether it's joining a group activity you're in, showing up where he knows you'll be, or casually walking the same route. These actions are rarely accidental. They are intentional signs of his attraction and desire to connect. By being near you, he can engage in small interactions, observe your moods, and strengthen a bond without verbal confessions. This behavior also demonstrates that he enjoys your company and prioritizes moments with you over other distractions. Over time, these small but consistent efforts build comfort, familiarity, and trust, making you feel valued and understood even before he speaks about his feelings. The underlying psychology is that humans naturally gravitate toward those they are attracted to, and by finding ways to be near you, he's expressing interest nonverbally. These actions often appear subtle, almost casual, but they are deliberate markers of his desire to connect, showing patience and care in letting a relationship or connection grow naturally. 8. He offers help without being asked. One of the clearest silent indicators of interest is when a man proactively offers help without needing direction. He notices when you're struggling with tasks, emotional situations, or even small daily challenges and quietly steps in to assist. This behavior isn't about control or seeking attention. It's about showing care and support. Offering help demonstrates that he's paying attention to your needs and wants to make your life easier, which is a form of silent affection. For instance, he might carry something heavy, provide advice, or offer guidance in a situation where he knows his involvement would be meaningful. These gestures show empathy, attentiveness, and thoughtfulness, reinforcing the idea that he values your well-being. Over time, these actions accumulate, creating a sense of reliability and emotional safety, signaling that he is invested in you before he verbalizes his attraction. Silent acts of support often speak louder than words because they reflect consistent care, attention, and genuine interest, providing subtle but powerful evidence of his feelings. 9. He observes your reactions closely. A man who is quietly interested in you often pays close attention to your reactions, both verbal and nonverbal. He notices how you respond to jokes, compliments, or situations, gauging what makes you happy, uncomfortable, or excited. This attentiveness allows him to tailor his interactions in ways that make you feel valued and understood. By observing your reactions, he can sense your moods, emotional boundaries, and preferences, which helps him determine the right time and manner to express his feelings. This behavior also demonstrates patience and emotional intelligence. He doesn't want to risk saying the wrong thing or causing discomfort. Subtle cues, like noticing a smile, a raised eyebrow, or a slight hesitation, inform how he behaves around you. This consistent observation is a strong silent sign of interest because it shows he prioritizes understanding you before making any overt moves. It's an indirect but effective way to communicate care, attentiveness, and the intent to connect deeply without forcing a conversation prematurely. Over time, this quiet attentiveness creates trust and emotional intimacy, laying the foundation for future verbal expressions of attraction. 10. He shows patience and understanding. A man who is silently interested demonstrates patience and understanding in all his interactions with you. He doesn't rush conversations, press for emotional responses, or expect immediate closeness. Instead, he allows the connection to develop naturally. This patience reflects emotional maturity, showing that he values the quality of the interaction over speed. Whether you're taking time to make decisions, express feelings, or navigate your day-to-day life, he respects your pace and adjusts his behavior accordingly. Understanding accompanies patience. He empathizes with your emotions, validates your experiences, and avoids judgment, creating a safe space for authenticity. These qualities are subtle indicators of his attraction because they show that he prioritizes your comfort and emotional well-being rather than just his desire to express affection. Over time, his calm presence, measured responses, and consistent patience make you feel secure, valued, and emotionally supported. This silent approach may not seem like a dramatic display of attraction, but it is one of the most powerful ways to communicate genuine interest. It reveals that he cares deeply, respects your individuality, and is invested in fostering a meaningful connection that goes beyond fleeting emotions. By showing patience and understanding, he lays the groundwork for trust and intimacy, signaling that when he eventually expresses his feelings verbally, it will be heartfelt, deliberate, and well-timed. 11. He initiates casual conversations frequently. Before verbal confessions, a man who is interested often initiates casual conversations regularly. These interactions might seem light or trivial, asking about your day, commenting on something you mentioned earlier, or sharing small anecdotes, but they serve a deeper purpose. By starting these conversations, he creates consistent opportunities to connect, observe your reactions, and subtly show his care. Frequent casual conversations signal that he enjoys your presence and values communication with you, even without explicitly stating his feelings. This behavior also allows him to build comfort, familiarity, and emotional rapport over time. He can test topics, gauge your interest, and gradually create an environment where deeper conversations will feel natural. Initiating casual dialogue consistently is a silent yet effective way to express attraction because it demonstrates thoughtfulness, attentiveness, and investment in your connection. Over time, you start to notice his efforts, and the pattern reveals that he prioritizes meaningful engagement with you. These conversations lay the foundation for eventual confession, showing that he is attentive, considerate, and quietly building a bond before expressing his emotions openly. 12. He responds quickly to your messages. Another subtle sign of interest is how promptly he responds to your messages. Quick responses indicate attentiveness, prioritization, and genuine curiosity about your thoughts and life. It shows that he values communication with you and is actively engaged, even in small, everyday interactions. His timely replies might include thoughtful answers, questions to continue the conversation, or playful comments that demonstrate connection. By responding quickly, he signals that your messages matter to him, creating a sense of importance and emotional connection without needing to verbalize his feelings. This behavior also reflects consistency. He maintains attention to the relationship through digital communication, reinforcing the silent signals of care and interest. Over time, fast responses contribute to building trust, closeness, and the anticipation of interaction, making it clear that he is invested in nurturing your connection. While it may seem minor, this consistent attentiveness is a powerful, silent indicator of attraction and emotional investment. 13. He shares small personal stories with you. A man who is quietly interested in you often opens up by sharing small personal stories, even before verbally expressing attraction. These stories aren't grand confessions of love or deep emotional revelations. Instead, they are subtle glimpses into his life, experiences, and personality. By revealing personal anecdotes, he signals trust and comfort, indicating that he wants you to understand him on a deeper level. Sharing small personal details also creates opportunities for connection, allowing you to relate, empathize, or simply enjoy a moment of shared understanding. This behavior is a silent indicator of interest because it demonstrates that he values your attention, wants to involve you in his life, and is gradually building emotional intimacy. He may mention favorite memories, small achievements, or even funny incidents, all designed to engage you and strengthen the bond between you. Over time, these consistent, subtle stories create a sense of closeness, signaling that he is emotionally invested in preparing for deeper communication. By opening up in small, measured ways, he builds trust, comfort, and familiarity, showing that his interest is genuine, thoughtful, and deliberate, even before he expresses it verbally. 14. He uses eye contact to connect deeply. Eye contact is one of the most powerful silent tools a man uses to convey interest. Before confessing his feelings, he may maintain meaningful eye contact, holding your gaze longer than casual interaction requires, or looking at you in ways that feel intimate and attentive. This isn't about staring or making you uncomfortable. It's a subtle, natural expression of connection and attraction. Through eye contact, he communicates attentiveness, empathy, and emotional presence, signaling that he is focused on you and the moment you share. It allows him to convey feelings that words might fail to express, creating a silent bridge of understanding and closeness. When combined with other subtle signs, like small smiles, nods, or expressions of encouragement, eye contact becomes a powerful form of nonverbal communication, showing interest and deepening emotional intimacy. Observant individuals often notice that this form of connection feels different from casual interaction. It carries warmth, intention, and an underlying affection that hints at his unspoken feelings. Using eye contact to connect deeply allows him to gauge your reactions, create trust, and silently express his investment in your connection long before verbal declarations occur. 15. He demonstrates care through small gestures. Finally, one of the most telling silent signs of attraction is the way he demonstrates care through small gestures. These actions may seem minor at first, like holding a door open, offering a jacket if you're cold, bringing you coffee, or remembering a personal preference, but they communicate attention, thoughtfulness, and genuine concern. Small gestures show that he notices your needs, values your comfort, and wants to make your life a little easier or happier. They are silent expressions of affection, signaling interest without words, allowing him to show his feelings while observing your responses. Over time, these gestures create a pattern of consistent care, subtly reinforcing his presence and commitment. Unlike verbal confessions, small acts are tangible evidence of his attention and investment. They also reflect patience and emotional intelligence, as he carefully balances expressing care with respecting boundaries. By noticing these actions, you can recognize his genuine interest and the depth of his attraction, which is quietly building toward eventual verbal expression. These small, thoughtful gestures are often the most enduring and sincere indicators that he is emotionally invested, showing his attraction in a way that feels natural, considerate, and meaningful.